Hi everybody, how are y'all doing? I made y'all a video yesterday and I didn't get it sent out to y'all because it was a 40-minute video. So I figured I'm going to shorten it today and I wanted to talk about something different. But first, before I start, thank you and hello to everybody. How's everybody doing? Shout out to all the wonderful people around the world. You guys, I appreciate y'all. I can't say that. I probably will say that for the rest of my life. I appreciate y'all. But also, I wanted to see, making sure that everybody understands about switching over to my fan page. Please head to the fan page and not on my Facebook. But it is on Facebook. Does that make sense? It's my Facebook fan page. So if everybody will just spread the word, add her on her Facebook fan page. So anyways, while I do this video real quick, there's nothing I'm going to keep from you guys. It's like, is there something she's hiding, lying about, not telling us? I'm pretty freaking blunt, to be honest. So I smoke cigarettes, for example, so I'm going to smoke while I do this video. If you talk about some of the things I talk about, it will drive you to smoke. Trust me on that one. So one day, it came up the other day in a conversation about the toys we had growing up, and I don't know if anybody thinks about toys when they're growing up or as they got older, like what kind of toys did you have and things like that, but I didn't have any toys growing up. And the few toys that I had ever received, I was going to talk to y'all about that in this one. This is going to be a shorter one, so let me get straight to the point. My grandparents, Bill and Helen McCrae, came up to my parents' mountain one time. Or, no, I think I'm wrong. They mailed them. I think they had mailed them. They had been there once or twice, but over the 20 years of being there, give or take, I know for sure I saw them one time there. And, they mailed me, it was me and my two other brothers at the time, gifts, and they were just being good. They were trying to be good grandparents, but when you're in a cult-like, abusive type, sadistic / church / whatever you want to call it, what they do is they eliminate your family and your friends. They take you away from them so they can abuse you where nobody can say anything. That's why I have a hard time with homeschooling. There's very few people I know that were ever homeschooled that ever could mount to anything because their education was so poor. I know it's not the same nowadays as in America. It's got a lot of amazing homeschooling ways, but not back then they didn't. And so nobody gave a flip to even check to see if you knew how to spell your name. But anyways, my grandparents were just doing their best, trying to be good grandparents, and they had sent us some toys, and my brothers had got this little, it was a Wrestling Mania game, where they would go back and forth and box on it, it's games, and they fighting like this, and so I remember them playing on it on the floor. And I remember there was a guy there by the name of Dan Gowan. And Dan Gowan was there that day when the box was open. Now, first of all, we were not allowed to open the box because they had to preview what our grandparents were sending us because they considered it probably evil or vile or sinful. I mean, I know they considered that, but that was their terminology. We need to make sure God's going to approve of your toy. So I was like, okay. So, long story short, yes, I'm smoking. Sorry. Y'all have to get over it, y'all. One of the things was they had sent me my first Barbie doll. And I didn't have any toys. And when I said we didn't have toys, we didn't have toys. These kids that grow up with thousands of toys. No, I'm not even talking about one. I'm not even talking about nothing. You play with sticks, you play with the ground, the dirt, play with your chickens. That's all you get. You don't even begin to think you're going to get anything. It's just not even normal in that world. So they sent us this box of toys, and most of the boys got all theirs mostly. But I got in the bin, it was a Barbie, and I think her name was Barbie and Ken. And it was like this Ken doll and female Barbie, I guess is her name, I don't know. And I was so excited. Like, I didn't want to show too much excitement. Like, oh my goodness, my grandparents got me my first Barbie doll. Like, I was coming in glued excited inside. But I didn't want to show it because I knew that Barbies were a sin. That we were going to go to hell if we played with Barbies. So I was disturbed, needless to say, that they had felt this way. And it wasn't that Barbie was evil. The people that were evil were the parents, not my grandparents, and neither was I or Barbie. So they took the Barbie dolls away from, like, I didn't even like get to hold them. They were just sitting there, and Ron McCrae and Daniel Gowan decide that they are going to get rid of my Christmas gift from my grandparents. Sorry, bothers me. So they took me outside, and Dan got a gun and Ron got a gun, and they went to the front of the field and they took the Barbies and stuck them on this, like, made this little, like, burning at the stake kind of looking thing. They had stuffed them between these two logs, and they were going to shoot their heads off, but they made me stand there and watch. And what people didn't know was, even back then, like when they mailed me stuff like that as a kid, they didn't know that was going to happen to me. I mean, who knew that somebody was going to do this kind of sadistic stuff? So my grandparents weren't at fault. I want to make sure that's clear, because I know they would have never mailed it if they knew for a second that this was fixing to happen to their granddaughter. Well, maybe they did. I don't know. I don't know anymore. My family, I don't know anything anymore with them. Because I'm in Texas here, been here for a long time, and they don't want anything to do with me or my kids. So, you know, maybe this stems back to way back, you know, I don't know. But at the time, I didn't feel that they had done anything wrong. So they stood me up outside of the field, they cocked back their guns, and, you know, when you want something so bad that you would do anything just to play with it for a minute, but then you have to sit there and watch while your brothers are playing with their toys, and they take you out and stand you in the field and watch you. Like, they shot their heads off. And then they were saying things in the middle of it that's like ungodly. If you want to be a whore, if you own Barbies, you'll be a whore. You don't want to grow up and be a whore, and Barbie's a whore, and they were bashing my grandparents at the time, calling my grandma a whore, and I didn't know what whore meant. Like, I don't know what the hell's a whore meant. I don't know what that means. I just know it's my grandma, and she's so nice. The one time I met her, she was nice to me. She didn't hurt me. Why would she be evil? And she's not evil. I don't even believe to this day she's evil. So they go back into the house to carry on with their business. And, hold on. So while they go back inside, I snuck out and I did something so terrible. But it wasn't like it was bad. It wasn't like a bad kid. I didn't have any toys. So I went out and grabbed the Barbie doll, and I put their heads back on where they had shot their heads off. I was trying to fix them, and I was so excited. Like, I didn't care that they were shot to pieces. I was just glad to, play out dollhouse, you know. And somebody saw me outside with them, and they took the Barbie dolls. And Dan Gowan comes out with Ron McCrae again. Dan Gowan was, I hate to say this, but he was like Ron's right-hand man, but basically he's worse than Ron, or same as Ron, and he was almost like Ron's little bitch, is what they call it. And so, and he was willing to do it. Like, he didn't mind. Nobody was beating on him, but, you know, he did it. He enjoyed it. So they go out there, and Ron yanks me up and just starts wailing on my backside with his hand. And I was more just, at the time, I just remember being scared. I didn't know what was fixing to happen. And at that moment, they said, well, this is what you get for playing with these Barbies. This is what you're going to get for that. This is what happens when little girls play with Barbies. You're going to be a whore. I remember they was called me a whore a lot. And I never even had sex besides people molesting you and stuff, that wasn't my fault. But like a willing participant of, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out here and have sex and do that. No, none of that was happening ever. Even when I came to Texas, I wasn't having sex. Like, I wasn't a whore. So they lined them up and they put gasoline on them and they burned them, and they made me watch them as they sat there and they burnt my Barbie dolls. And I'm gonna explain. That was so traumatizing to me. To this day, I collect Barbies, and sorry, I'm doing things at this, but I started collecting Barbies because I always wanted a Barbie. I'll never forget the day that they did that to me. It was like, I was just a piece of trash to them. Anything that made me feel good, I wasn't allowed to participate in. Like, I liked the color yellow. So Ron would call me a yellow belly coward. If you liked yellow, you were a yellow belly coward. Who does that? Like, who does that to their child? This is before I'm even 10 years old, y'all. 10. Not 10-year-olds of 2019. We're talking about 10-year-old little Amish girl pretty much living on a mountain with no TV, no radio, nothing but a bunch of preachers and pedophiles and a bunch of sick, sadistic, evil people that just so far have gotten away with every bit of it. But so help me God, before I'm done, they won't. And Dan Dowling, shame, shame, shame on him. He wasn't even raised like that. Do you think he cared to save my life? No, he participated in it. And to sit there and burn my toys, those two little dolls were so, you know how sick that is? This is why Johnstown and Somerset, Pennsylvania got their butts and actually for once, prosecute. Do your job. Do you have anything else going on besides running from me right now? Every time I call Somerset, oh, DA's busy. Oh, they'll call you on Monday. They'll call you on Friday. I don't get no calls. And the only time they're going to talk is when I call them. And I'm going to put up a recording of them, just so y'all know. You're going to be able to hear their conversation of and how they treat me as a victim there. Because before I'm done, I want to make sure none of those people are ever reelected. They want to talk crap about other countries and do all this stuff and act like they're so good and above and beyond standards here in America. Please. And DAs, especially DAs. This isn't so much falling on because let me tell you something. There's a lot of amazing cops. I always support my police, even if there's a bad one. You'll hear about one day. I ran into a bad one time. But you've always going to have one bad apple somewhere. You can't just wrap it all up and say everybody's bad. But right there in Pennsylvania, honestly, y'all, I don't think there's a DA. I don't think any of them are worth the flip. They busted the chief of police for giving my father phone addresses to people's houses so they could go terrorize them. Do you think Ron McRae served a day in jail for that? Nope. So putting you in danger, your family in danger, but he's up there on that mountain, his daughter's making just tons of money off of her. She doesn't even know who she is. And I had an attorney today tell me it's called sex trafficking. That's what they did to you. That's what it is. And before we're done, we're going to do everything we can to make these people be held responsible. Please, everybody. Please, I'm begging with all my heart. Please advocate on my behalf out of Somerset and Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Call all your House representatives, your local senators, even the senators of Pennsylvania. I don't care who they are. But the Somerset DA and the Johnstown DA, they need to get off of their butts and for once do something. Because I promise you, they will never be reelected again. I will make sure to go down there and protest and I'm going to show pictures of my backside, every sick thing, all the confessions I've got where people wrote down they molested me and my dead brother. Let me tell you something. This is not by far over. And if they think they're going to keep getting away with this, they're crazy. They're not going to work as DAs anymore. They won't be able to do these jobs because people are going to know the truth that they will not stand up and do anything. And to me, what do I have in America if you won't even defend me as an innocent little girl? So, this was what my life was like. This is how my life existed. So I just want people to understand that when things happen in my life, sometimes and even about this stuff, talking about it, it's really hard sometimes to talk about it every day, you know? And I appreciate y'all's support. You guys are freaking awesome, I swear. Y'all make my day. Like, I go, oh my goodness, like, I can't believe people actually even give her, you know, no offense, even give a rat's ass about me, because my own government didn't care about me. They didn't even care about President Obama. Like, he lied about President Obama. President Obama is a citizen. Do you realize Ron McRae had the whole United States going off of this stupid birth certificate, but they never even looked at him and went, oh, by the way, he is like, shoot, he sells his kids, tortures them, abuses them, leaves them on the side of the road when they're 5 and 6, 7 years old, and feet of snow, and it's 0 degrees outside, and you got a little 3 and 5-year-old, and you just dump them on the side of the road and drive off with your wife, and who's our mother, and hey, who cares? I'm Bishop Ron McRae. I'm something awesome. No, you're not. You're a sicko. And every time they go anywhere in this world, I want people to remind them that this is not okay. You don't get away with this, and that you will be served justice before it's over. All right, well, I know that's a lot to go off of that I just did, but I just wanted to tell y'all, and I'm going to do some more here in a little bit, but right now I just thought I'd come out here and try to get some peace and serenity at my lake that I'm at, and try to just escape from everything. You see here, I'll show you real quick. Hold on. I don't know if you can see out there, but that's the lake. So I come out here to golf and try to get away from everything. So anyways, I just want to let y'all know I appreciate you guys, and I hope you're having a fabulous week, and I will be talking to y'all more this week than I was last week. So I was busy working a lot last week. Sorry, I know I'm a hot mess, but here I am like a hurricane. All right, I know, yes, I'm not Britney Spears, no, but anyways, all right, y'all have a wonderful night, and good luck, everybody, and shout out to everybody across the world. Thank you so much for pushing this forward, and please share, bug, call. I'm posting the numbers every week on my fan page. If you go to my fan page, you're going to see a lot more than you'll see on my Facebook. So go to my fan page, and it's Cherie McRae, or Cherie Brown McRae. It's Justice for Cherie. All right. Thank you all so much. And also, you can locate me at Instagram also with Shiva Glam. And there I am. There's only one of me. All right. Talk to y'all later. But there's millions of y'all, and I need y'all. So thank you so much for all your wonderful messages. Y'all truly light up my life. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.